Hello, Karen with Big Cartel Support Team, here to talk about your Big Cartel Shop's checkout setup. Now, when setting up your Big Cartel Shop, one of the steps required to get set up and launched and accept orders is to connect your checkout. You need a way to get paid. And you've got two choices for your payment processor. You can use PayPal or Stripe for your payment processor, or you can connect both if you'd like to give your customers more options to pay, which is a good idea. The more ways your customers have to pay you, the better. If I was an online seller in real life, I would definitely connect both PayPal and Stripe, because why limit my customers' ability to pay me, right? They want to give me money, so I want to make that possible in as many ways as I can. Now, before we check out PayPal and Stripe, this is where you're actually going to connect your checkout when you've made your decision. And I am here on the payments page of the Big Cartel admin. Just click Shop Settings in the left navigation over there, and then click Payments to get here and connect your checkout. All right, let's look at the differences between PayPal and Stripe, because at their core, they're both the same in that both platforms will process payments through your Big Cartel shop, but they do have some differences, like I mentioned. For the PayPal checkout, you need a verified business PayPal account, and you can upgrade your personal PayPal account to a business account and get it verified pretty easily if you need. For the Stripe checkout, you just need a Stripe account, which is set up for selling whether you're an individual or a business. Let's first look at how you, the seller, get paid, since that could definitely be a determining factor in your choice here. If a customer places their order through the PayPal checkout, the funds from that order are deposited into your PayPal account balance. Those funds are typically available right away, and from there you can transfer the funds from your PayPal balance to a bank account you've got linked in your PayPal account. You can pay a 1.75% fee for instant transfers to your bank if you'd like, or you can just wait the standard 1 to 3 day transfer time if you do not want to have to pay that extra fee and you're willing to wait. Payments made through the Stripe checkout are deposited directly into the bank account that you have linked in your Stripe account. So funds through PayPal go to your PayPal balance, and then you transfer them to your bank. If it's through Stripe, it goes directly into your bank account. The first few payments through Stripe can take about 7 to 14 days to become available, but after that, payments follow your country's settlement timing, which is different than your payout schedule. Your payout schedule is when Stripe sends you your payouts. This can be daily, weekly, monthly, or manual, and you set that in your Stripe account. Just click Balances in the left navigation in Stripe, and then click to manage your payouts. And then from there, you can change your payout schedule. You can set it to be manual, or you can choose daily, weekly, or monthly from the automatic payouts dropdown. So if you set your payout schedule to be weekly, then Stripe will send your payouts once a week. If you set it to be daily, then Stripe will send your payouts every day. It's pretty straightforward. Your settlement timing determines when the money actually gets sent from the customer's bank or credit card network into Stripe. For example, in the US, settlement timing is typically about 2 business days. If you have your payout set to daily, then you'll see your funds within 2 days of the order's transaction date. In other countries, that timing can range from around 2 to 7 days, depending on your location. So if your country's settlement timing is 3 business days and you've got your payout set to daily, then you'll see funds within 3 days of the order's transaction date. If you're not sure what your country's settlement time is, you can check that in Stripe's help docs, and that is linked below. On their balances and settlement time help doc, just scroll down the page until you see this country and settlement timing header, and then click it to open it up, and you're going to see this long list with a search field. So you can enter your country in the search field, or you can just scroll down to find your country and settlement time in the list below. So if you're most concerned about the timing of your payments, you can see that in many cases, the timing is pretty similar. You can wait 2 to 3 days for Stripe payouts, or 1 to 3 days to transfer funds from your PayPal balance to your bank. Unless you're willing to pay that instant transfer fee, it pretty much ends up being about the same a lot of the time. Again, it is worth noticing the difference between how the money flows with PayPal and Stripe. With PayPal, you receive funds to your PayPal account balance, and then you choose when to transfer them. If you transfer them at all, you can just let the funds stay in your PayPal account balance. And then Stripe automatically sends the payouts to your bank account based on your schedule, unless you've got it set to manual, and then you've got to go in and do that manually. If you tend to leave funds in your PayPal balance and you treat it more like a wallet, PayPal can feel like a faster option regardless of where you're located. So that's something else to keep in mind. Another difference comes down to the checkout experience itself. With Stripe, customers can enter their payment details directly on your shop checkout page, which makes for a faster, more seamless checkout experience. With PayPal, customers are usually redirected to PayPal to complete their purchase before returning to your shop. They'll see this modal pop up on the checkout page where they'll log in and approve the payment, and then they'll be redirected back to your shop. This is an incredibly common checkout flow with PayPal. I've seen it tons of times when I'm placing orders online, and customers who use PayPal will expect that flow. Some customers prefer PayPal because it feels familiar and they don't have to enter their card details, while others prefer a quicker in-page checkout with cards or options like Apple Pay. And speaking of Apple Pay, let's talk about payment methods. There are a lot of ways to pay and get paid these days, and everyone seems to have their favorite. Stripe supports more currencies and a wider range of payment methods. So that's another thing to keep in mind. In addition to credit and debit cards, you can offer options like Apple Pay and Google Pay and buy now, pay later services like Klarna, Afterpay, and ClearPay. If you go with PayPal, customers can use their PayPal account, Venmo, or they can use a credit or debit card through the guest checkout if they do not have a PayPal account. Both platforms support card payments and both offer installment options. PayPal has Pay in 4, while Stripe supports services like Klarna and Afterpay. And not only will your checkout page indicate those different payment methods, but your product pages will too, which is a great way to increase sales. If customers see that you take their favorite payment method, they're going to be more likely to purchase. For PayPal, they'll automatically have any qualifying payment method displayed as an option. And with Stripe, you can actually customize the payment methods that you'd like to offer. So you don't have to offer all of them. You just head to your Big Cartel admin's shop settings, then click into payments, and then you can toggle on and off those methods however you see fit. So you don't have to offer Amazon Pay. You don't have to offer Google Pay. But if you'd like, you can toggle those on. If you connect both PayPal and Stripe, again, your customers are going to have the most flexibility when it comes to how they pay you. Again, that's ideal. Customers want to give you their money, so make it easy for them. Now, what about transaction fees? Both PayPal and Stripe charge a fee for each transaction, and there's no workaround for that. There's not a way to avoid it. PayPal's standard fees are typically around 3.49% plus 49 cents per transaction, and Stripes are typically around 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. Those rates can vary, though, depending on your location and the payment method used. For example, installment payment options like Klarna and Afterpay often have higher fees, but don't let that scare you away from offering those methods. Orders paid with installment methods often have a higher average order total, and that's because customers tend to spend more when they can split payments into smaller, more manageable amounts. So definitely check out all the payment methods that are available and then make your decision based on what you are willing to offer and what you're willing to work with. And that's PayPal and Stripe in a nutshell. Both give you reliable ways to accept payments, but they offer different payment options and experiences for both you and your customers. Connecting both checkout options really gives your customers more ways to pay, which can help increase sales for you and make checkout easier for your customers. So definitely the choice is up to you, and I hope that helps as you're making the decision on which to use. Or again, just make it easy on everyone and use them both if you can. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us in support. You can email us at support@bigcartel.com, or you can message us if you're logged into the admin. Just click Get Help at the bottom left in the navigation, and you can message us that way.